Yo, what up? It's Aaron Moses. Man, shout out to the Messiah for asking me this question, man. How do I tell my parents that I smoke weed? Well, number one, sir, I don't know your parents. So the easiest thing for you to do is to ask your parents how to ask them. Okay, how do you do this? Step number one, conversation rules the nation. So you have to indirectly, but indirectly, directly, indirectly, have a conversation about how to ask them. How do you do this, Aaron Moses? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, what you do is you ask them about their opinions, experiences, thoughts, and feelings on weed by implying that, Mom, Dad, I know you smoked a little bud back in the day in college when they used to call it reefer when it had all the seeds and it wasn't that good. What was your experience with that? How can you do this? Okay, you ask another a question. I'm gonna give you the answer. What you do is you can give information, whether it be true or false, on a peer that had a specific experience around the subject. You could say, Jake came to school high, he was funny, he took the test and he passed. Like, is that a real thing? He said, all you have to do is study high, take the test high, you get high scores, right? Is that a real thing, Mom? Do you believe that to be the truth? Was Jake representing the universe of weed properly? Or you could say, there's this one chick in my school, she's pregnant, man. And your parents are gonna be like, oh, that's so unfortunate. She has so much potential. And then you could be like, I know, dude. Facts. And I asked her, what's the first thing that you're gonna do, when you have this baby, Rebecca? And she said, you know what? I listened to a lot of Project Pat, and Project Pat said real players like to smoke a whole lot of weed. So she's gonna smoke a whole lot of weed, and we're just concerned because we don't know how that's gonna affect the baby. Go from there, bro. Extract the information and then marinate on it. You have to cook up your own plan. Then what you do, go to a public space, Applebee's, Arby's, IHOP, right? And then you pull out the big question. Be a man, be an adult about it, okay? If that's your personality type. And what you do is you ask a very important question, all right? Questions are the second most important parts. Potent, important. That's a whole lot of P's. Potent, important parts when it comes to communication, bro. Facts. You ask the big question after you get your meal while you're eating. Mom, how's your chicken Alfredo? And she'll say, it's decent. Dad, how's your steak? It's a little dry, but it'll do. Then what you do is you ask this question. So, let me ask you this question. It's a question. How would you feel? I've been doing pretty good in school. I've been mowing the lawn. I've been washing the dishes. I've been walking the dog. I've been washing my clothes. My room's clean. How would you feel? Mom, by the way, before I ask you this question, you look great tonight. Dad, that cologne, that Dior Sauvage, on fleek, bro. It totally fits your personality, man. Just you smell masculine because you are masculine. Okay, charm and disarm. Give them a little couple compliments. Build some. You feel me? How would you feel about me smoking weed? And it's gonna be a small. Well, Tim. Um, then go from there. That's how you tell them. If you have that type of personality, if you have that mature personality, and if you have that rapport with your parents. Now, let's say if you don't have that same personality, what you can do is you can leave hints. I wouldn't do this because it's indirect and it might seem a little bit disrespectful. If you leave seeds, if you have seeds in your weed, I don't know what you do. If you have seeds in your weed, you can leave seed, little crumbs. You might have a blunt wrapper in your bedroom trash can, or some evidence that you smoke weed. And then your parents will come to you, and you could like, yo. But the things that I would not do: don't come home high all the time. Don't make it apparent that you smoke weed in attempt to tell your parents that you smoke weed. Okay? You want to be in control of the situation because they might feel that your habit is getting so out of control to the point where you're being reckless and it's taking control of your life. Excuse me. And it's taking control of your life. That's very important. So, how do you tell your parents you smoke weed? Ask them how they feel about weed, what they think about weed, their experiences with weed. And after that, set up some kind of business meeting setting in public, because they might, not, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to do this. But they might fucking just lock you up and just keep you in your room and call rehab, but that's not gonna happen. But I know for sure if your parents aren't black, they're not gonna flip out in public, bro. It's not gonna happen because they're professionals and they have images to uphold. But it's important that you show them that you're a responsible individual, that we're having this business style meeting where family, I love you. I don't trust 110% that you're going to be cool about this at the crib, which is going to sub communicate this, but this is how adults handle adult situations. Weed is an adult substance, and I want to show you that I can handle this. You haven't known. When they asked you, they're gonna ask you how long you've been smoking weed. Be authentic with it. You might even say something like, "Bro, I came in the crib high as hell, hella times, and you didn't even know. My grades didn't slip. I got me a bag, little girlfriend." You know they're gonna say this. They're going to say this. Um, your friend Craig, does he smoke weed? Cause his ass look like he be high as hell, like every day. And be like, don't snitch your friends out, bro. Don't snitch your friends out. But number one, they're gonna assume that all your friends smoke weed. Number two, they're gonna try to figure out which one of my friends poisoned my baby. Don't be that person, bro. Cause even though I was in a specific lifestyle, I still didn't do that. But at the end of the day, bro, make sure that you have your stuff together as a mature person in this stage of your life, because there's gonna be, just think about it, like, I don't know how old you are. I'm gonna assume you're a jit for asking me this question, which is not necessarily the most intelligent assumption, but it's just, it is what it is. You heard. So there's gonna be concern surrounding your funding of your habit, because it's very common. I'm just gonna give you a little bit extra sauce. Okay, make sure you like this video. I'm gonna give you a little bit extra sauce. Put some sauce on the taco for you, bro. The thing about it is, weed is not free, right? If you're a jit, if you're a teenager, there's a good chance that you don't have a job, especially because it's the coronas. So what is going to happen is they're going to be concerned that there's a possibility that you could be committing crimes to surround this habit. Number one, if they feel like you have little to no self-control, that your habit could lead to something more extreme or more hard. So you have to give your parents that reassurance. The timing should be as quickly as possible, as quick as possible, that you can provide them the information and the evidence that your life, your self-discipline, and your self-respect is not something that is small for you. AKA making sure that you understand, that they understand, that you understand that you are a trustworthy, self-respectful young adult. Okay. As far as anybody that's over the age of 21, if you're paying your own bills, you have a job, and you don't ask anybody for anything, and you live in a safe environment that's conducive to your personal growth, I mean, just you could do that too. You could just you could take the same tactics, you could take the same strategy, but of course, you still don't have that anxiety to meditate too hard on this question or the delivery. Of course, when it comes to seriousness, I always start off with some charm and disarm, and some form of humor. And then, switch the serious tone, tell them or ask them questions. Questions is an invitation, okay? Then just get in there. It's not hard. How did my parents find out I smoke weed? Well, I made a video about how my mom found out I smoke weed. Um, it was funny. It's a classic. It's an Aaron Moses classic. And my dad found out that I smoked weed because he went on my MySpace when I was in high school, so like in 2009. I mean, 2000 like 7 or 6, and I had a lot of memes, which we didn't call memes back in the day. Surrounding the subject of marijuana and marijuana paraphernalia and being high. So he knew I smoked weed from that. My mother found out I smoked weed because I went to a homecoming game, and to cover up the fact that I smelled like weed and my breath smelled like weed, I accidentally sprayed myself in the mouth with air freshener, and then I just went from there. And it was no secret. But Godspeed on your mission, man. Take my advice. Good luck, man. Smoke weed every day. R.I.P. Nate Dogg. It's Aaron Moses. I'm the bang. You the bang. We the bang together, man. Peace. Oh, life is in the breath. Breathe it in. Peace.